welcome back to the show. Red's Rebirth, I'm Last Son. We're getting ready to hit opening day, and I thought I'd go over our opening day roster and our opening day staff. And so the staff's going to shake out kind of like this. We're going to have Andrew Abbott in the #1 spot, Nick Lodolo in #2, Lucas Giolito in #3, Connor Phillips at the 4th spot, Chase Petty in the 5th spot. Bullpen's going to kind of shake out a little bit differently than in the past. Starting up here at the top, Hunter Green's going to step in from the rotation into our stopper role. Used 8th inning close games, high leverage situations. That's going to move Alexia Diaz down into the setup role. With a secondary role of closer, we're going to use Yimi Garcia and Sam Moll. Carlos Hernandez and Liam Hendricks in long relief. And Hernandez is an emergency starting pitcher right now. Trevor McGill and Matthew Boyd as our specialists against right-handers for McGill, left-handers for Boyd, middle relief as a secondary role. That's how our bullpen and our starting rotation is going to shake out. I kind of read about some stopper roles and wanted to give it a try. This may end up pushing Alexis Diaz to being traded, bringing in some talent for his services, especially if he gets mad because he's no longer the closer. So now we'll take a look at our lineups. So starting catcher is going to be Ethan Salas. First base is going to be Christian Encarnacion Strand. Matt McLean's obviously hurt, so Noel V. Marte is going to get the nod at second. Ellie De La Cruz at third. Edwin Arroyo at short. The outfield is going to be left fielder Spencer Steer. Center fielder TJ Friedel. Right fielder Will Benson. Our DH is going to be Jake Fraley right now. Our corner infielder is going to be backup. Our backup's going to be Sal Stewart, who had an excellent spring. 358 average at the end of spring. Had some pop. Middle infielder is going to be Jose Caballero right now. Our outfielder, we're going to have Kuji Furutani, the minor league signing from Japan that we signed just recently. I'm hoping he'll add some pop and speed and some defense. And then Sal Stewart's obviously going to back up our DH spot. So that right now is our team. And in the let's see here. Let's take a look at Louisville. We have quite a few options down here. If we have the manager here, we have Clark Smith, who can come up. Syndergaard, Ashcraft. We got Clayton Kershaw, who could potentially come up and do something for us. So I really would love to see him as a Red. So I might call him up. We have plenty of options on the pitching side, and we're going to let the manager here, Harrison Bader, obviously is down here. Jay Allen II, we have some high hopes for him. Daniel Volosian, I may actually set game strategy to where they force him at center field right now, so that way we can get him some time. So that's how opening day roster is going to set up for the Cincinnati Reds. 2026 season is going to start. I will see you guys back here at around probably July 1st. We'll do a rundown of what's happening. I guess the only other thing I could potentially show you guys would be our info, and let's go to reports and infos or logs. Let's do transaction log. Let's just head back here to go with some of the news that players we signed. Like we signed Kershaw, Clayton Kershaw, Harrison Bader, Carlos Hernandez, De Los Santos, Liam Hendricks, Edwin Escobar, Matthew Boyd, Andrew Monasterio, Koji Furutani. We then signed Clark Schmidt and Genesis Cabrera. We signed Alejandro Arcri or Arce. I'm going to call him Arce. And Jorge Mendoza. We then ended up signing Noah Syndergaard, Yimi Garcia, Drew Smiley, and Michael Ciani. He actually did get hurt. But I was hoping, he potentially would have a pretty good year or potential year for us. Obviously these guys got hurt. We haven't made any major moves right now. So we'll get into summing out the season, seeing how that first half goes. Then next episode, we'll get into the trade deadline, the draft, and the rest of the season. And I'll see you guys back here on June 1st. Okay, guys, welcome back to July 1st. The Reds are 47-33. We're 2 games behind the Milwaukee Brewers. As you can see, we're not having a horrible season. We started out horribly. I will show you we started out horribly. We were 10-14 in April. Then we started turning around in May, and then June we were 20-8. As you can see, our offense has kind of dropped. The pitching has picked up things better and earned run average, runs allowed. I'm curious to see our defensive efficiency. We've not really improved it a whole bunch. We have, but not a whole bunch. Neither has the zone rating. It's kind of worrisome, and because I've tried so hard to do that. As you can see here, just going over some of the guys here. Will Benson hitting 266, 14 home runs. He's sitting at 2.2 WAR right now, 131 WRC plus. He's having a really good season. 7 stolen bases. Noelvi Marte filling in at second base here, 2 WAR, 137 WRC plus, 4 stolen bases. He's got 13 homers. Did I say 12? No, I was going to say 12 triples. Geez, 12 doubles. Makes more sense. We got Encarnacion Strand, who was sitting at 2 WAR, 142 WRC plus, 13 homers, 326. And we are trying to lock him up with a new contract. I'm hoping he signs it here soon. Signing a long-term contract. We got Spencer Steer, who's only got a 0.2 WAR, 90 WRC plus. It's somebody we might look at potentially replacing. Jake Fraley's 0.2 WAR, 101 WRC plus. He's just pretty average, to be honest. TJ Friedel, 0.5 WAR, 82 WRC plus, 8 stolen bases. Most of his value is coming from his defensive ability. Ethan Salas has got 0.5 WAR, 61 WRC plus, 213, 5 homers as a rookie. What we're really looking at is his, framing and his catcher ERA. I'm happy, with that part of his game. So Ellie's kind of just had a down season. He's got 1.3 WAR, 94 WRC plus, 22 stolen bases, 12 homers, hitting 242. But something's just not right with Ellie this season. He's not doing good at third. That negative 1.3 zone rating. I mean, I am a little bit worried about what's wrong with Ellie here, but Edwin, who spent most of the season under 200 and like a 20 WRC plus, has finally got up to 0.4 WAR, 67 WRC plus, 10 homers, 6 RBIs. He is got a 3 zone rating, range of 3.95. He's doing pretty good at short for us. Stats finally picking up. We go into our lineup here. South Stewart, he's got a 0.4 WAR, 106 WRC plus. He's walking a ton. I mean, his eye is really good. 15.5% walking percentage, 21.9 strikeout percentage, 7 homers, 231 average. He's filling in at first and third and DH. Pretty happy with his production. We have Koji Furatani, who's got 0.5 WAR, 88 WRC plus. Really surprised at him. Thankfully, he's not doing horribly in the outfield, and that's probably where most of his value is actually coming from. We sent down Caballero and brought up Black because Caballero was not hitting very well, neither is Black. Negative 0.3 WAR, 34 WRC plus. I mean, the only thing he might be doing is potentially he's not even really giving us any defense. So might need to look at replacing him. Austin Hedges just backup catcher. Not expecting much out of him. 0 WAR, 61 WRC plus, 3 homers. Most of his value is probably going to come in his catcher ERAs, framing. But that he's a dependable backup. Out in our pitching, the rotation here, we have Walker Buehler, who is pitching right now at 1.1 WAR, 101 ERA plus, 3.70 FIP. He's doing pretty good for us right now. He was hurt for a lot of the year, so he's only made 8 starts. But those 8 starts have been pretty good for us. Nick Lodolo's been having a good year. He actually won Pitcher of the Month a couple months ago. As you can see, he's got 1.9 more and at 125 ERA plus. FIP's 4.02. SI ERA is 3.12. He's not really letting out a whole lot of home runs, thankfully. His BABIP is pretty good. Right now, he's been, I think, our best pitcher. Lucas Giolito has not been very good for us. His ERA is coming down. Maybe he's on the verge of turning it around, but he's got .07 WAR, 89 ERA plus, 4.91 FIP. His BABIP really isn't out of control. He is giving up, probably a little bit more home runs than what I was expecting. But I don't know what to do with Giolito. But Connor Phillips here has been pretty good. 2.0 R WAR, a 1.0 WAR, 113 ERA plus. His FIP's a little bit higher than his ERA, not by much. Thankfully, none of the starters have really been giving up too many home runs, it looks like. Maybe Chase Petty has. He actually started out really, really good. He won Rookie of the Month in April. He's had some struggles here recently, but as you can see, he's been winning a lot of games. He's made 15 starts, 1.1 WAR, 108 ERA plus, 4.65 FIP. He is giving up those 2, home runs. His BABIP is a little bit high, but not like dangerously high. So I'm hoping he's just going through the rookie struggles and he'll turn things around. Out in the pen, the Hunter Green experiment as a stopper has been going excellent. Been in 41 games, 60 innings pitched, 1.3 WAR, 137 ERA plus, 3.3 FIP. So he's been doing really well. He's not been giving up home runs per 9 as much as he has in the past. He's got 90 strikeouts, 13.4 Ks per 9. Diaz, He's only got 0.4 WAR. He's pretty much average ERA plus, 13.5 Ks per nine, giving up maybe a little bit more home runs than what he's normally doing, but 3.75 FIP. He's not upset. He's still good with being, basically a setup / closer. He does have 10 saves. Sam Mole, he's been doing pretty decent, almost a 1.0 WAR, so 0.9 WAR. 2.22 ERA plus, 2.51 FIP. It's been not giving up home runs. I mean, Sam has been doing really well for us out there. He's getting all the high leverage stuff. We moved Trevor McGill into the setup role here, and he's been performing a half WAR, 205 ERA plus, 3.13 FIP. So I'm pretty happy with that performance. Carlos Hernandez in our long relief has been, pretty good. 0.7 WAR, 195 ERA plus. Liam Hendricks, negative WAR, 72 ERA plus. His FIP's 5.68. I mean, he's potentially someone I may need to go down and move him out of the pen and just into AAA, because he was performing okay, and then his last few outings he's kind of got hit hard. I'll have to watch that to see if that's a trend. Yimi Garcia, he was getting hit really hard in the high leverage role in the setup position, but after moving him out, he's kind of rebounded. He's almost he's at least in positive WAR now, 105 ERA plus, 3.49 FIP. Genesis Cabrera is a recent. He's only been in 5 games. He's got 0.2 WAR, 999 ERA plus, because it's just such a small sample. But Matt Boyd went down. I needed a pitcher to come up and take his a lefty position. So he's been just a left-handed specialist and a middle relief for us. So that's I'm happy. As you can see, we went from the 1st to the 9th ranked system, and I'll go through our minor leagues here. And let's see here. Let's view. We'll just view stats. That's fine. I had to send Andrew Abbott down to Louisville. He was struggling. He seems to have maybe turned it around a little bit in AAA, but he's still struggling with a high BABIP, giving up kind of a lot of home runs. I'm sad to see that because I really like him. Enil De Los Santos, he's not been doing horribly bad. He has a 1.25 ERA plus. He's someone we might consider bringing up, maybe for Liam Hendricks. We have Graham Ashcraft, almost 1 WAR, 96 ERA plus. Clayton Kershaw, he's lost a lot of velocity, but he has an ERA plus of 145, so he might be someone that can come up and potentially get us. We did bring up Rhett Lauder. He was performing really well in AA. He had 2 WAR, 135 ERA plus. He was kind of unhappy, starting to get unhappy down there. So we did move him up to Louisville, which has, unfortunately, he is kind of getting hit pretty hard in Louisville. Maybe he's turning it around a little bit more. We'll just have to keep an eye on him. I don't want to have to send him down. I'd like to see him learn through this. We got Clark Schmidt, who's not doing too well. Drew Smiley's okay. We need to get some younger pitchers to actually, develop. and we'll keep working on that. Maybe have to draft pitcher heavy this time. So we have Kalen Bell, who's not doing very well in rookie ball. Leon Richardson, he's doing pretty decent. 1.4 WAR, 148 ERA plus, in AAA. But yeah, we have a distinct lack of prospects that are pitchers. We may have to address that. Tommy White, however, he has, I've moved him up to AA, and he has kind of responded pretty decently. He almost has 1 WAR. He's got a 114 WRC plus, 18 home runs, 248 average. He does want to be playing in the majors, so I'll have to keep watching him, and if he does well, we may need to move him up to the International League here, where he still would be 55 overall, high potential, might be able to, get him a little bit more development that way. I mean, his hitting is kind of almost pretty much developed, except he has a bit more power to grow into and some eye. But what looked to be a bust has turned out to be not too bad. Cam Collier has repeated, Dayton here for a couple of them, but this one it looks like he's finally getting it. 2.5 WAR, 135 WRC plus. Happy to see that kind of development hopefully continue. Hector Rodriguez, moved him up to the AAA after he was in AA, and he was kind of unhappy. He wants to be in the majors, but he wasn't performing horribly bad, but he's kind of turned it on since he's come up to AAA. 1.1 WAR, 352 average. He might be someone I need to potentially look at, bringing up. But our scout thinks he's on the bubble for being a big league, starter, but he's performing pretty decently for us. Tres Gonzalez and Louisville's got a 113 WRC plus. He offers a lot of in the bat position. Carter Cabrera's been getting some good gains in the player update. Dayton, he's got a 139 WRC plus, almost 1 more. So got Cade Hunter, not too much WAR there, but that's okay. Wish there was a way to see their stats, right? Like, I probably could do that by doing a customized view. I might do that here in between episodes, so that way we get a better view of what's actually going on. But Belosian here, 112 WRC plus, 1.9 WAR. He's doing pretty well. He wants to obviously he wants to be in the majors. Might need to bring him up to take maybe Austin Hedges' place. Jay Allen II, 1.4 WAR, 116 WRC plus, 316 average. I'm actually kind of surprised with this one. He might be moving into his own. I think he's lost a little range though, so that's a little concerning. But he's not doing horribly bad here. Kaysen's kind of been hurt. He's only gotten into 6 games. He's out with a broken hand. So the unfortunate thing is our system has a lot of, potential depth with 40s. We got Nick McLean here, who has been, 112 WRC plus, almost 1.8 WAR, 280 average, 16 stolen bases. He's somebody that we might want to push to AA. See what our scout thinks here. May not develop the power associated with a corner. So he may not get regular play. He's more of a center fielder in my mind. I mean, he could back up and left and right. He's got a decent arm, so he could be someone that could back up at the major league level. He's a switch hitter. We might want to consider bumping him to Double A. Something we'll have to take a look at. Austin Hendrick, he's got a good WRC plus, not much WAR there. So definitely want to get a better view so I can see WAR, things like that, WRC plus, things like that. But do one for the pitching and one for the hitting so we can see a better view of those people. So, well, guys, we'll end this episode here at July 1st. Reds are sitting in second place. Hopefully, we can keep this up, maybe get some improvements to the team here. We do have some pieces we could trade. We could trade Alexius Diaz. We could, potentially look at upgrading some of our outfielders with some of the guys in the minors. So we'll just have to keep a look at it and keep trying. The way we started to where we are now has been night and day. So I'm happy to see that. The offense was horrible the first month. It's rebounded, so maybe that will rebound a little bit more. But I hope you guys like this. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Give me any comments you have. What do you think of the way I'm doing things? Do you guys have any tips that you would do? Just interact with the video. So I'm Last Son. Can't wait to see you guys in our next episode. And I will see you guys. Have a wonderful day.